What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Superpower Reviews. My name is Liam Smith. Today is a special Halloween edition featuring the Bombshell Halloween Batgirl from DC Collectibles. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the box. On the front we have a close-up of the Halloween Batgirl statue. Flipping around to the side, there is a full-body illustration of the statue. More information about the creators of the statue here. And it does mention that this statue does measure approximately 11.5 inches high, so that does put it in the 1/6 scale category. Flipping around to the back side of the box, have images of two more statues in the Bombshell line, Raven and Bumblebee. I actually have Raven on order right now, should be here shortly for another upcoming review. Flipping around to the other side of the box, have another image of the side and the back of the statue. You get to see some of the details here, which we will go over in just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the Halloween Batgirl out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so looking at how the statue is housed inside the box, it is safely packed in two sides of styrofoam. There is some assembly, it comes in a few different pieces. Of course, you have your base. This is very nice heavy-duty base. There is the statue itself. And the last piece is the Batgirl nameplate, which magnetically connects to the base. Okay, now as far as setting up the statue onto the base, I do like the fact that they have a very heavy-duty steel peg here, just like all the Bombshell statues. The base itself is the same for all the Bombshell statues, so that they do match when you have them in a series. And it's pretty simple. Hole in the base, peg goes right down in there fairly easily. It is snug enough to hold it in place, and there you go. And the only other piece is the Batgirl nameplate, and just like all the other Bombshell statues, it is magnetically connected to the front, just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the details of the statue. We'll start, as always, at the top. One thing I love they did here, they do have the pinup style hairstyle here, but what they did to give it the Batgirl look was they put her hair up into the shape of ears on both sides. That's a really nice touch. The hair itself is sculpted really well. Lots of natural waves in it, lots of texture, and a really nice paint app on it where they went with a couple different shades of a muted red color. Okay, now DC Collectibles has been doing really well with the face sculpting on a lot of their statues, and this is no exception right here. Taking a look at the details on the face, very impressive. I love the shading that they put in the paint app. They didn't go with the glossy look, they gave it a nice matte finish on the skin. The eyes are probably the most impressive. If you look closely at the eyes, the fine detail in there is absolutely amazing to me. How they accomplished that is still an amazing feat in itself. They went as far with the details in the eyes. Around the blue, you have the black outline around the iris, and they even put the small white part in the middle to give that reflective look, as if there's light reflecting off the iris. And if you look around the outside of the eyes, not only did they give the very fine eyelash detail and black eyeliner detail around the eyes, but there's also a reddish tone around the bottom of the eyes to give it more of that vampiric look. Now moving on down to the mouth, they did a really great job with the sculpting on this as well. The teeth, the lips, inside where the tongue is, everything is sculpted really well. Different types of paint to give it a three-dimensional look. Now the only thing I noticed is with the teeth, there are two fangs on the teeth, but if you look on this side, it is a full-size fang. This side looks a little bit short. It's pretty much the same length as the rest of the teeth. But that's a fairly minor complaint compared to how incredible the rest of the face looks. And moving a little further down, they do have the sash around the neck. It is all in black, of course, to go with the rest of the outfit. Down the sides, you have these straps for the backpack, which is a very unique backpack. I'll show you in just a minute around the back side of the statue. Now moving on down to the chest area, they did a really awesome job. This is one of the most impressive paint areas on the whole statue. I like the metallic gold they put on the bat logo on the front, the way that they outlined everything in the metallic orange. The line work on the orange is done really well as the fact that they used metallic, glossy, and matte for the black all together in one to give it a really good contrast to it. And moving around to the side, I really love the detail they put here. The black bats that are painted on the orange area on the side, that's a detail that didn't have to be there. It's fairly well hidden with the backpack strap and her arm, but they put the detail in there anyway just to give it that extra something. And now moving on down to the midsection, This is the only area where I see a few paint flaws. You can see it's very minor, but on the stomach area there is a black dot. It looks like just the black paint from around this area got onto the skin. Other than that, the orange straps that come down here are a little bit streaky on the paint. They're not solidly painted. You can see the black underneath bleeding through a little bit, as if they didn't put a thick enough coat of orange on the straps. Now, looking at the belt itself, love the Bat logo. They got a lot of great detail in there with the gold metallic in the center of the buckle. The black pouches with the metallic orange paint that matches the gloves, matches the upper part of the uniform. It's really well done. I also really love what they did with the paintwork on the gloves and the cape. As far as the gloves, they have that same orange metallic that carries throughout the whole uniform, but on the cape they went with that lighter matte orange, but it has some nice highlight shading in a darker, almost kind of a grayish tone in between the wrinkles on the cape. It really makes it pop. Now moving on down to the lower half of the front, I really love how they did the pants and the top in the matte black. They could have gone with the glossy. You usually see Batgirl, Catwoman, characters like that with a very high gloss vinyl. They went with a matte, and I really like that because it really makes the details pop out quite a bit. They even have a little bit of battle damage here on the legs. I love what they put into that. And moving on down to the boots, this is probably one of the most highly detailed parts of the entire statue. And looking at the gold rivets that the laces attach to, as well as the metallic orange behind the laces, the different color orange on the outside of the boot, and the metallic orange on the toe of the boot, all giving it really great contrast. Alright, and moving around to the back of the statue, this is one of the coolest features of the entire statue in my opinion. I love how instead of just giving her a backpack, her backpack is actually a miniature coffin that her cape also comes out of. The originality and creativity that went into that is just amazing. I love that. Now as far as the details on that, once again, really great job. They have the glossy black on the coffin backpack, but they have some really fine details on the gold rivets, the orange straps with the little gold rivets on the end of those, and they went with the matte black on the back side of the cape to contrast the matte orange on the front side. And you can see, looking from a side angle, the coffin is popped open, the cape comes out of the coffin, and if you can see inside of the backpack, they also went with that matte orange on the interior of the coffin. Another nice additional detail that didn't have to be there, but they still added that anyway. And looking further down at the pants, once again, really great sculpting job. All the wrinkles where it tucks into the boots, where the straps come around from the front, everything is realistically wrinkled and bunched up just like it would be with real fabric. And great job once again on the boots. I love this orange metallic that they have here. The sculpting on the boots, the stance that she has, everything about it is just really well done. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the base. The base itself has the diamond plate metal style top on it, along with a very nice metallic silver around the edges. But the coolest thing about the Bombshell statues' bases is the fact that they all have their own nameplates. The nameplates themselves look the same, but of course they have their own logo, in this case the orange Batgirl with an image of her on the front. Love the detailing they put on it to give it that metallic, almost like an old airline metal on it with the rivets around the edges. Very cool. Okay, so taking a look at the bottom of the base, this is where you'll see the edition number. In this case it is 137 out of 5,200 statues made. Alright, and like always, what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and scan around the statue, get some close-ups for you to give you a better look at the Halloween Bombshell Batgirl. Okay, and that's going to wrap it up for this review of the Bombshell Halloween Batgirl from DC Collectibles. Now, this is just the first in a series of Halloween edition reviews we're going to be doing throughout the month of October. you definitely want to check back for the next one. It's going to be a very special review, a statue that has been waited on for over a year now. The Sideshow Collectibles Gotham City Nightmare Batman. Go ahead and leave a comment below, let me know what you thought of this statue, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.